Enzo kalaban ang katiwalian at kasinungalingan, kakampi sa katotohanan at kabutihan.
Congressman Joel CHUA at upcoming Congresswoman DE-LIMA pinuna ngayon ang tila balak ni CHIZ na ipa-dismiss na lang ang impeachment trial ni SARA dahil po mga kabunyog ayon po kasi sa paliwanag dito sa interview kay Congressman CHUA. Wala daw kapangyarihan ang Senate judges na i-dismiss ang trial ni SARA dahil mismong konstitusyon na ang nagsabi sa Article 11 Section 6 na the Senate shall have the sole power to try and decide all cases of impeachment. Ngayon ang pinupunto dito ni Congressman Joel CHUA na ang Senado ay may kapangyarihan na subukan ang pag-usig sa nasasakdal. Wala naman nakasulat sa ating konstitusyon na i-dismiss ang impeachment trial. Anyway, mayroon naman banat itong si DE-LIMA dito kay CHIZ. Ayon po sa post ni DE-LIMA, may CHIZ Escudero version na talaga ang 1987 Constitution. Ibang-iba sa original. Dito po mga kabunyog pinaparinggan ni DE-LIMA itong si CHIZ na tila gumagawa na siya ng sariling konstitusyon. Anyway, heto mga kabunyog, panoorin po natin ang naging interview dito kay Congressman CHUA.
Alright, number 2 is the Senate President himself has said that the 20th Congress has to set the date of the trial, and the House prosecutors of the 20th Congress has to first accept the impeachment case again. They have to recognize it and accept it.
Karen, we believe that this is the Senate is a continuing body insofar as the impeachment court is concerned. Yung 20th Congress, iba po yun eh. Iba po yung impeachment court. But still, we will try to reason out by filing our motion to set the pre-trial date.
Do you believe that there are moves to actually delay the trial or even dismiss it?
Karen, I do not want to speculate because under the rules of the Senate, they should exercise political neutrality. So to dismiss the impeachment complaint outright without even conducting a trial is, I believe, not within the bounds of the impeachment court. Why? Because under the Constitution, they should try and decide. So wala naman po nakalagay doon na to dismiss it outright without even, kumbaga parang to determine the probable cause. Kasi that is the job of the prosecution to prosecute and to determine if there is a basis for impeachment. So nasa amin po yun. Kami po yung nag-a-act as fiscal. So sila naman po as impeachment court, ang trabaho po nila under the Constitution is to try.
Okay. Now, I wanted to ask you, incoming Representative Laila De Lima in a tweet just said this. She said it seems that the Senate President has his own version of the 1987 Constitution, given his interpretations of it, saying that the impeachment can be dismissed by a majority vote. Because the Senate President himself said recently, the powers of the impeachment court are limitless. They can do what they want. So that would mean acquit, convict, or dismiss. And just now, the Senate President must have implied that they can dismiss it by a majority vote.
Well, with all due respect to the Senate President, the power is limited. The power is limited, and the power is the power that is given to them by the Constitution. So yung mga nakalagay lang sa Constitution, yun lang po yung power. And that is to try. So siguro, Karen, medyo I do not want to argue with the Senate President considering that he will act as the senator judge. In as much as we want to respect the decision and to submit to the jurisdiction of the impeachment court, syempre tayo naman, we will do all the necessary steps to argue or to reason out to the senator judges.
Okay, so what you're saying essentially is dismissal is not an option.
That is, I believe, not within the power of the impeachment court.
But then he did cite the 1987 Constitution, and the exact quote is, the Senate shall have the sole power to try, wait, and decide,
Yes.
decide all
Yes.
cases of impeachment.
Yes.
Let's say
but
it's
to
a
try
majority
first.
vote to dismiss. Isn't that a part of trying it?
Without trying?
No,
Without,
isn't that
without first
considered-
allowing the prosecution to lay down its evidence? So how can you decide?
Okay, so your question is how could you decide? But then there's another factor that's ongoing. The Ombudsman is conducting a preliminary investigation at this point on the confidential funds of the Vice President. So first, do you believe the Ombudsman has jurisdiction to conduct an investigation?
Well, insofar as, because there are several respondents, no? Insofar as the respondent, the Vice President, I submit that the Ombudsman should first await the outcome of the impeachment before acting on the respondent Vice President. But insofar as the other respondents in the committee report, I believe the Ombudsman can proceed with its investigation.
So your spokesperson, the House spokesperson, has asked this question. Is this the Ombudsman's final act of helping the Vice President? Do you believe this investigation? Because the Ombudsman is retiring in July. You know, Attorney Laila De Lima has questioned the timing, right? The timing of the investigation. She says too early, too late, both. She claims there's no jurisdiction because she's an impeachable official. There is a trial ongoing in effect, right?
Yes,
The
yes.
court is in session. So what do you make of the Ombudsman's actions?
I do not want to make a presumption. So let's just wait for the Ombudsman. Baka mamaya naman although we are a little bit surprised about the swift action of the Ombudsman, considering that the timeline, no, is very parang we only submitted the committee report on June 10 before the plenary, and then on June 16 the Ombudsman received the committee report, not the complaint, just the committee report, without the necessary attachment. And then on June 19, or 3 days thereafter, the Ombudsman already conducted the preliminary investigation. So this is quite unusual, but of course we welcome this development, considering that last November the Ombudsman had different perspective, because I believe that the Ombudsman last November made a statement that parang he did not see any wrongful act on the part of the Vice President to merit any investigation. And now, considering that the Ombudsman is already acting based on the committee report, baka may nakikita na rin sila na violation. So, let's see. I do not want to speculate.
Okay.
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
All right. So you want to give the Ombudsman the benefit of the doubt.
Bunyog, bunyog, halikan na kasama ka. Bunyog, kapag buklod ay may pag-asa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, isa ang pananaw. Sa bagong Pilipinas ang bunyog isisigaw. Bunyog, bunyog, bunyog.